Wednesday's going well. As we get started with a new edition of CNN, I'm Karina Albron. Thank you for watching. According to Jim Modavalli, who wrote the article Rights Over Wrongs, animals don't really have significant rights. Although Congress passed the Humane Methods of Slaughter Act, which requires simply that animals be rendered insensitive to pain before being killed in 1958, and the Welfare Act, which sets limited standards for humane care but exempts small laboratory animals in 1966, all states afford animals some small measure of protection through anti-cruelty laws. But these laws have nothing to say about an animal's right not to be slaughtered or used for any number of human purposes. Thankfully, to help out with this issue, there are organizations like the Cruelty Free International who work to end animal experimentations worldwide. They do this by investigating and exposing the reality of life for animals in laboratories. Due to the Cruelty Free International, momentum is growing as countries increasingly support effective non-animal alternatives and move towards ending cosmetic animal testing. Most recently, the Australian government has confirmed that it will honor its pledge to end cosmetic animal testing. The country's ban on animal testing of cosmetic products and ingredients will come into force at the end of 2018. Also, although not recent but quite effective, since 2016, all medical schools in the United States and Canada have eliminated the use of animals from their curricula. Physicians Committee President Neal Barnard has said to have been working toward that day even before he started the Physicians Committee in 1985. Slowly, these organizations and committees have been finding ways to decrease the use of animals. Some might say that alternatives for cosmetics or medical training might not be the same, but some modern methods, including sophisticated tests using human cells and tissues, advanced computer modeling techniques, and studies with human volunteers are quite often cheaper, quicker, and more effective. According to the PETA, each year more than 100 million animals, including mice, rats, dogs, cats, hamsters, etc., are killed in the United States laboratories for biology lessons, medical training, curiosity-driven experimentation, and drug, food, and cosmetic testing. Alternatives can make a great difference in the number of deaths each year for animal testing. We decided to ask fellow Grayslake students what they thought about this issue, and here's what they said.
Well, in my opinion, I think that this issue is important. I feel that animals should not have to live their lives in laboratories and be tested on all day or murdered. In my opinion, medical schools and companies should find alternatives to animal testing because a student can learn this exact same thing from something that won't result in the death of an animal. I recently read in an article by Dr. Barnard that he had a lab that resulted in the death of a dog, and he chose not to do it, and it didn't affect him. I believe the government should play a role in this because they make the laws and they enforce them. I read in an article, I think it was by Jim Modavalli, that if animals had the rights that we do, we would not have the same relationships with animals. We would not be eating them, we would not be using them as coats or boots or any type of accessory or clothing. That's all. I know that the Cruelty Free International organization created an international campaign against animal cruelty. That's as much as I know how it's been handled so far. I would probably create a club at Grayslake North to fight against this animal cruelty, and I would probably try to reach out to the cruelty-free organization to see what me and my friends and everyone in the club who is involved with the club can do to help prevent animal cruelty and animal testing. The students at Grayslake North could probably get involved with a club, like starting a club or trying to support the companies that don't support animal cruelty or animal testing, and could probably just spread it around on social media because that's the main outlet of media these days. Just go online and start spreading the truth about what actually goes on and what actually happens to these animals that are being tested on.